I try to honor and respect those we cover. You know, when some family's sitting outside the wreckage of their home, I immediately go through the process. What if that was our mom?
Lester Holt is a household name for millions of Americans who tune in nightly to watch him anchor the NBC Nightly News. Over his distinguished 4-decade journalism career, Holt has covered nearly every major news event and interviewed countless world leaders, cementing his reputation as one of the most trusted voices in news media today. But there's a lot more to Lester Holt beyond his calm and authoritative presence behind the news desk. Today, we're taking a closer look at the man himself, from his personal life and interests outside of the newsroom to some lesser-known facts about his background and upbringing that have shaped who he is. Lester's personal life and marriage.
Somebody once asked me, what's the secret to a successful marriage? In our case, just laughter. Learning to laugh at things and you know, learning to let things roll. And it's a process, but 40 years is a long time. And it's amazing, though, even at 40 years, sometimes something will come out of my mouth. And the minute it comes out of my mouth, what are you, an idiot?
For nearly 40 years, Lester has been happily married to his wife, Carol Hagen. The couple first met in the early 1980s when Carol was working as a flight attendant and Lester was still a student at Cal State University studying government. Their relationship was put to the test early on when Lester, then a radio reporter, was called to cover a breaking news story about a forest fire in Napa Valley. Instead of canceling their date, Lester invited Carol to join him. Quote, "I thought, wow, I've never been invited to go on a breaking news story before," Carol recalled to Sacktown magazine. "I guess I knew what I was getting myself into with Lester and his career." This understanding and support from Carol has been a constant throughout Lester's career, which has taken the couple from New York to LA, back to New York, and then to Chicago before Lester landed at MSNBC in 2000. Through all the moves and job changes, Carol has been by Lester's side. The couple walked down the aisle in 1982 and welcomed their first son, Stephen, in 1987 while still living in Chicago. A few years later, they celebrated the birth of their second son, Cameron. According to Lester, the secret to their long-lasting marriage is laughter. Quote, "We laugh a lot, we really do. I can be silly, she can be sillier," he told Extra. "We just laugh through things and we know that everything, tough times, will be a story at some point, and boy have I put her through some tough times with this job." Lester credits Carol's understanding and support for his demanding career. Quote, "She understands that when the bell rings, I like to answer it, and when the big story is going on, I want to be there." He said, "I love her to death. She's been so wonderful. She knows this job is going to bring a lot of late-night phone calls, but she's there for me, and that means an awful lot." Lester and Carol are now enjoying their role as grandparents, with Lester being affectionately called Granddude by his two grandsons, Henry and Sam. Their son, Stefan, who has followed in his father's footsteps as a journalist, and his wife, Morgan, are currently expecting their third son. Lester's sons and their careers.
Yeah, Stefan anchors the news, the 4 o'clock and 11 o'clock news at WNBC in New York. So he's actually in the same building with me, which is just a hoot awesome. When you're on the elevator like, "Hey, Steph, what's up, man?"
Lester and Carol's sons, Stefan and Cameron, have both pursued successful careers in their own right. Stefan, born in 1987, has followed in his father's footsteps and become an award-winning journalist and anchor at NBC 5 News in Chicago. He previously worked at WNBC TV in New York. Cameron, the couple's younger son, has taken a different path. He works as an equity derivatives trader, utilizing his skills in mathematics and finance. Despite their different career choices, both sons share a close bond with their father. Lester has spoken proudly of their accomplishments and the men they've become. Quote, "They're friendly, they have a strong work ethic, they're running their own way in life, and as a parent, you really couldn't ask any more," he told Yahoo Life in 2021. Lester's passion for music.
I play bass, but a bunch of us said I can sing, and we did some Christmas carols, and that led to a deeper conversation about musical talent, and I play bass, and I play drums, she plays keyboard, we should jam sometime.
While most people know Lester Holt as a respected journalist and news anchor, many may be surprised to learn he's also an accomplished musician. His love for music, particularly the bass, began in his youth when he first heard the instrument at a junior high assembly. Quote, "I thought, what's that instrument? It sounds so cool," he recalled. Determined to learn, Lester went to a pawn shop, picked up an electric bass and a couple of books, and taught himself to play. Though his music took a back seat during the early years of his journalism career, Lester rekindled his passion for playing the bass when he moved back to New York City in 2000. He brought an upright bass and once again taught himself to play, this time focusing on jazz standards. His musical talents have led to some unique opportunities. He's had the chance to sit in with legendary musicians like Earth, Wind & Fire and Clint Black, and even recorded tracks for the TV show House at the famous Capitol Records studio in Los Angeles. For Lester, music provides a welcome escape from the demands of his journalism career. Quote, "When I'm in a club or playing somewhere, I'm playing with guys who are not TV people and probably don't really watch me. It's a different world." It's Lester the bass player, not Lester the network newscaster. Lester's faith and its impact on his work.
Faith. Few words have so many meanings to so many people. But in this season of renewal, of nature's rebirth, we are led to ponder, what do we believe in? Where do we place our hopes?
As a journalist, Lester has covered numerous stories of suffering and devastation around the world, from war-torn regions to areas hit by natural disasters. These experiences have led him to grapple with questions of faith and the impact of his work. Raised in a religious household in Northern California, Lester's family attended church twice on Sundays and had regular Bible studies. This upbringing laid the foundation for a faith that Lester continues to practice today as a regular churchgoer in New York. But it was his coverage of the devastating earthquake in Haiti in 2010 that truly tested his faith and his role as a journalist. Witnessing the immense suffering and misery, he found himself questioning whether his reporting was exploiting people's pain. Quote, "My God, I thought I don't ever want to be in a position of exploiting people's suffering," he wrote in a candid essay for Guideposts magazine. Quote, "Was that what I was doing?" Seeking counseling to help reconcile his feelings, Lester came to understand the importance of his work in shedding light on these dark places and giving a voice to the voiceless. He said, quote, "This was my calling. This was what I expected to do, to shine a light in dark places, to give a voice to the voiceless, to make the invisible visible. That light illuminates our condition as human beings." While Lester doesn't overtly share his faith on the air, he hopes that it permeates through his work and guides his actions as a journalist and as a human being. A life well lived.
Lester Holt? Was Lester Holt a part of this morning's coverage?
I usually see him more on the news than you.
Through his nearly 4-decade career, Lester Holt has firmly established himself as one of the most respected and trusted journalists in the country, if not the world. But behind the anchor desk, he is a devoted husband, father, and grandfather, as well as a talented musician and a man of deep faith. His personal life and interests have not only enriched his own experiences, but have also informed his work as a journalist. His long-lasting marriage to Carol Hagen has provided a foundation of love and support that has sustained him through the demands of his career. His passion for music has offered a creative outlet and unique opportunities to connect with others outside the news world, and his faith has guided him through some of the most challenging and emotionally taxing stories he's covered, helping him find purpose and meaning in his work. By digging into these lesser-known aspects of his life, we gain a more complete picture of the man behind the news desk, one who's not only an accomplished professional, but also a multifaceted person with a rich personal life and a strong moral compass. It's these qualities, perhaps even more than his impressive journalistic credentials, that have earned him the trust and respect of viewers across the globe. Now it's time to hear from you. What surprised you most about his life? Let us know in the comments section below.